Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for our press conference on the disaster exemptions available following the recent hurricane. Today joining us will be Jordan Wise, who is the Chief Appraiser for Fort Bend County Central Appraisal District, and Greg Babst, our Emergency Operations Manager. Judge George.
Thank you. Thank you, Tammy, and thank you for everybody to come and join us this afternoon. Over the past few weeks, our community has faced unexpected challenges and hardships due to the impact of Hurricane Beryl, which you all know it. And many of our residents have experienced significant damages to their homes and personal properties. The financial burden of recovery has been strenuous for a lot of people. Today, I'm joined by Jordan Wise, the Chief Appraiser for Fort Bend Central Appraisal District, has joined me to announce some important initiative. Thanks to this initiative that aims to provide some much needed help or relief for homeowners and other property owners, I should say, who have been affected by this disaster. Property owners can apply for a temporary property tax exemption, which offers a measure of financial relief during these challenging times. And this exemption is not only for those who experienced losses during last couple of weeks during Hurricane Beryl, but also those who have experienced losses due to Tropical Storm Alberto. The deadline to apply for Tropical Storm Alberto's tax exemption is October 2nd, 2024, and for Hurricane Beryl, which is October 19th of this year. These exemptions are not just about property taxes. They represent actually a lifeline for many of the families and business owners striving to rebuild and recover from this disaster. This exemption will alleviate some of the unexpected costs that have come with the damage from Hurricane Beryl. To talk more in detail, I will ask the Chief Appraiser for Fort Bend County Central Appraisal District, Jordan Wise, to come forward. Jordan.
Good morning. Thank you, Judge George. I am Jordan Wise, your Chief Appraiser. I want to thank Judge George and the entire OEM team for helping us get this message out. During difficult times and following these storms that we've had lately, we know that many families and business owners are struggling to recover and rebuild. And we want to make sure that folks know that this disaster exemption is there to help them and help those who have been significantly impacted by the hurricane. The tax code allows for a qualified property that has had at least 15% damage by this disaster to have an exemption. And this is a temporary exemption for the remainder of the year on the improvement portion of their appraised value. This is eligible to homeowners and business owners, and in some cases, personal property that was damaged by that storm. Primarily, that's going to be those whose homes have had maybe a tree fall on them or who had significant roof damage or water damage from the rain. But this also does apply to business owners. It is worth noting, I know a lot of folks lost trees during the storm or had fences blow over. It won't cover that type of damage. It's limited to damage to the actual structures and improvements on property. So how do folks apply for this? You can apply online. We want to make this as easy as possible. So you can go to fbcad.org/disaster. It'll be an online application that you fill out and you submit. If you want to provide us information, it's very helpful, whether that's cost estimates from repairs, pictures of the damage, anything that you have that helps show us what type of damage you have. That's extremely helpful. And what we do is we will take that information and determine how much damage there is, what level of exemption you qualify for. There are 4 levels, starting with 15%, going all the way up to a total loss, uninhabitable structure, and there's corresponding exemptions amounts for those, ranging from 15% exemption to 30, 60, and all the way up to a 100% exemption. Once you apply, my office will make a determination on the level of exemption, and then we will let you know. If for some reason an exemption is denied or we need more information, we will reach out to you. That exemption will be in place if granted for the remainder of the year, and then it'll roll off on January 1st. So we feel like this is a really helpful mechanism that helps families and business owners impacted by the storm. And again, I want to thank the judge's office and the OEM team for helping us get this important message out. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Really appreciate it. And also, this has nothing to do with insurance benefit or none of that stuff. This is completely different from that. And also, another question I have is this insurance appraisal can be a beneficial document for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anything you have from an insurance provider would be very helpful.
Okay. And at this point, definitely last few weeks you've been seeing us together, me and Greg Babs, our OEM manager. We have been doing a lot of things to make sure our citizens are recovering. Our citizens are, we are doing everything possibly we can do to help and support in this strenuous time. So at this time, I will ask our OEM manager, Greg Babs, to come and give a brief detail about how this recovery effort is going. Greg?
Thank you, Judge. Again, we're still underneath an activation level 3 here at the Emergency Operations Center, and that's because, again, as response is a sprint, recovery is a marathon, and we're in those recovery efforts, making sure that we are rebuilding Fort Bend County, not just back to normal, but better. We'll come with a lot of mitigation and recovery efforts moving forward. But in this intermediate time for recovery, I want to tell everybody that we are working with FEMA currently and the Texas Division of Emergency Management. They're inside the EOC. They've been with us the entire response, and they will continue to be inside the Emergency Operations Center helping us move forward. With that, we have those disaster recovery centers coming out, and we'll be publishing those here shortly. I'm hoping to get those out midday tomorrow, hopefully Wednesday. And a lot comes with having FEMA come in here. They've done site assessment in numerous buildings throughout the county to be able to, for the public to be able to access those. And once those are solidified and we've got time set with FEMA after tomorrow's meeting, we'll be able to push those out to everybody. So you'll be able to visit those disaster recovery centers and see how to apply and help you apply for all those benefits coming after the disaster. I want to push right now, and I know there's a lot of angst out there as we're trying to get back into that recovery mode after Hurricane Beryl. And a lot of debris is still out there. Debris is going to continue to be an issue as those contractors move through this county. I will tell you right now, it's the fastest a contract's ever been put in place after a storm like this. It took, after an Ike storm with this much debris, it took almost 4 months for this county to recover all that debris. And the population back then wasn't as outstanding as it is now. So please be patient with us. Please be patient with the contractors. Get that debris out to those curbs currently if you have not done that already, because they're coming out there. We're trying to push out every single night on social media and through our Everbridge alerting system where those teams are going to be. Again, this is not a collection service like garbage. They're going out and there's a mass amount of debris. So they're hitting those areas that we push out and they're trying to collect that debris. Now, it was brought to our attention inside the Emergency Operations Center that when they're going out there, there's a lot of cars and stuff blocking debris, and which doesn't allow them to pick up the stuff. So note, please move your cars, make sure they're out of the way, and so that debris is able to pick up. I want to note too, we won't just do one pass. All right, so if your debris does get missed, they are going to come out multiple rounds in each area to make sure that everything's recovered. If you do get missed, you can email us at eoc@fortbendcountytx.gov and let us know that your addresses got missed, or if there's issues, there's also a call center that you can call in and let them know exactly your areas of concern. That call center is ran by the contractor and has a valuable source. They're the most reputable source that you can go to if you have questions about debris. As we continue in this recovery effort, I just want to let you know that CenterPoint has notified us as of last week that we are down 0 residents without power due to Beryl. All those residents that currently do not have power is because of some sort of issue on their home that they had to get permits for or to fix, and CenterPoint's working with them to get those back up.
Can you talk about the gated communities?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good point, Judge. Gated communities. I know that's a concern also about debris. We are working again with FEMA. FEMA has to give us certification to get in these privately owned gated communities. And we've already put that letter together. That letter's been submitted to FEMA, and we're getting them to approve that letter. We should have that back within a day or two, and then we'll be able to access those gated communities. So again, because it's a gated community, it's held at a different standard for us because we can't just go into private areas to pull out. We can only go into county residents. And this letter allows us to get in there because of the impact of Beryl and how much debris there is out there. So again, that's been pushed up through our county attorney's office, through KP George, and we're waiting for FEMA to give us that authorization back, sir.
You're going to get it soon.
Yes, sir. Very, very soon. It's already submitted, and by the midweek, we'll have that letter back. So we'll be able to get to those gated communities. And that's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greg. Yeah, because debris is a major concern for a lot of people, and I understand. That's why I asked you to just talk about it. And at this time, I just wanted to say this. Of course, you know what, we have numerous outreach efforts throughout the county, from food distribution, cooling centers, shelters, and more we are doing to help our citizens. These all efforts are coordinated with cities, other jurisdictions to reach more of our citizens. The debris center, the phone number is 833-307-9937. The debris center call, if you need to make a phone call, it is 833-307-9937. And as Greg rightfully mentioned, debris pickup is going on. It is strong, and you will see humongous trucks driving around the county. And don't be scared. They are professionals. They know what they are doing. And I visited with them, and also I went to the dumping site and all that stuff. They have a well-oiled, business going on, and the system going on, and they will come and pick your debris up. And I get a lot of call in my office, what happened, why my debris is not picked up. And so understand, our county is more than 885 square miles. It is not, and I always ask, give us grace, and we are not ignoring you. We are getting it to you, and we will get to you, and we will pick up those, but be patient with us. To find these information, coming back to the tax relief, as Jordan Weiss rightfully mentioned, you could go to FBCAD, Fort Bend County, Fort Bend Central Appraisal District.org website. If you go under the tab forms, additional exemptions, complete those forms as the lead appraisal rightfully mentioned. Either you could personally drop it, U.S. mail, email, info@fbcad.org. Please do it. Please take care of it so that you can get that exemption you deserve. We are committed to standing by the residents every step of the way in this challenging time. The temporary exemption is just one of our way to show that our ongoing effort to support the recovery, rebuild our Fort Bend County even stronger and better. We encourage every eligible homeowners and businesses to apply for this opportunity and take advantage of it. With that, I will conclude this conversation right here, but we are here to help, and thank you for being here. If you have any questions, we can address this now.
My understanding, this is a first time really Fort Bend County homeowners, property owners have been able to use this. I think it was passed in 2020 by the state legislature. Why, so if people are unfamiliar with it, if you could just step to the microphone and just explain the basics, like what exactly is this and how will this help me if I was damaged by the storm?
Sure. So it is relatively new. It was passed a few legislative sessions ago. The first time that it was perhaps in use for most of our citizens would have been the winter storm about a year and a half ago. It was primarily designed following Hurricane Harvey, designed to provide rapid property tax relief to those impacted by a storm. And so if you have a situation where, just for easy math, let's say somebody has a $100,000 improvement on their property, a tree goes through it and causes, again, for easy math, a 15% exemption level of damage. then they would receive that 15% exemption off of that $100,000 value for the remainder of the year. So we're roughly halfway through the year, for the remaining 15% of the year.
And I saw the deadline was the 19th, which is a Saturday. Harris County, their deadline is the 21st.
We'll go ahead and push it to the first business day, which would be the 21st.
Okay.
Mhm. Absolutely. We want to make sure folks have as much time as possible, but that is a deadline set by statute.
Any other questions?
Can I ask about debris? It's supposed to rain a lot this week. How concerning is it knowing that maybe drains are going to be, people are putting stuff out to the curb, they may not even realize that they're blocking the drain. What would your message to people be, especially with a lot of rain expected over the next several days?
Yeah, again, our road and bridge crews and drainage crews have been out checking those areas, especially where there is a lot of debris, making sure that all the culverts and all the drains are clear. But yes, again, if you can, if you see that, please move stuff off that drainage area. Also, if you have impact in your area due to these flash floods, we'll be notified and we'll get out there to help and assist.
How long is it going to take until all the debris is cleaned up across the county?
I've been asking that every single day to the contractor. I think we're too early in the game currently to give an exact date, but again, they're working as fast as possible, and we'll get it done.
How many trucks out there?
Let's see. As of last night's report, should be up to about 78 big trucks plus the 30 small trucks, and then over 40 clear-cut trees. So. Trucks. So, and then that's not even the small trucks and the pusher trucks that are out there. So an extensive amount of resources that are out there working through the contractor.
Do you know offhand how much they've collected so far?
So we got kind of yelled at about this on social media about doing our math. But what the debris contractor told us currently, it's 107,000 cubic yards that they pulled out in the first week since the contract's been done, which they told us that would be the size of a football field up to 10 feet high cubic yards. That's how much debris they've collected, and then that's housed in 5 sites that have been TCEQ certified throughout the county. Yes, sir.
That's a lot of details. So I don't know, I wanted to learn all that details, but I just wanted to say this. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for being here, and thank you, everyone, because this is another step. We are making an effort to make our citizens' life better. Thank you.